David Griffin. I want to start this show with some. I want to start with some snark, but I'm not going to get there just yet. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to TV Talk. We're here live on Thursday, November the 7th, 4 p.m. Pacific. We're switching days every now and then. Mostly it's when can David do it and when can Josh do it together.
It tends to be every other week on either a Wednesday or Thursday, though. We're kind of getting, getting there. Starting to get a routine going here. We're working on it.
We're working on it every other week. I thought that you would be caught up on the Penguin by now, but you're not.
I know. I'm sorry. Josh, I am watching so many. I'd have to give you my list of all of the home renovation and cooking shows that Michelle and I watch. Like, I am a Max user. I watch everything. I think I told everybody here this probably a year ago when David Zaslav came out with this big presentation. Like, well, we have two tiers of Max users. We have the people who watch Game of Thrones and watch Batman, and then we have the people that watch Guy Fieri and the Property Brothers. I'm like, no. I do both. I watch Penguin and I watch there's a Holiday Baking Championship is on right now. I'm watching, of course, anything the Property Brothers do. Like, I just consume all Max. So I'm a little behind. I'm 2 episodes behind. I still have things to say. I have watched an episode since the last time we spoke. So
I have things to say.
I have things to say about the show. I think I have a reason why I'm slogging through it a little bit.
And I will say them. Yeah. And I will say them. Yes. No, I miss you. And I totally understand. Listen, we all have our TV priorities, okay? But also, and for those in the chat, great to see everybody in chat. Jeremy Miller, BHow26, MK Songbird, Scott Welsh, Kate Van D, Miss Lenora Dixon, always a pleasure. I'm going to get to the one guy that is really going after me today, and he goes after me in the comments every week.
Someone's coming after us?
Yeah, Animation Fanatic 101 EEE. He changes his name all the time.
Josh, the Spider-Verse is very good. Those Miles Morales movies are fantastic. They are very good. But I don't want to come after you, John. I don't mean to attack you, Josh.
I literally said, we'll get there in 2 seconds.
All right,
but it's great to see everybody in chat. Well, I will say is when David and I first started doing TV Talk, okay, we were getting paid for it. So it wasn't a lot of money, but we were getting paid for it. So we had to watch certain TV shows. Now, however, unless you guys super chat us or Streamlabs, as you can see it in there, or you can see there's a Venmo and all the things down in the description below. And you tell us, hey, I'll give you this much money to watch a show that we aren't talking about so we can talk about it with you in chat, then we will watch it. But you also have to realize that we have a child. Both of us have a single child and a wife that when the child goes down, we have about 45 minutes to an hour before everything shuts down. Body, eyes, mind, everything. And that's the time we have with our wife to watch, spend a little bit of time, snuggle up, right? And so we are kind of at the whim or the behest, if you will, David, what our wives want to watch. Now, if by some miracle Amanda falls asleep before I do, because I'm usually the first one to fall asleep. I love sleeping. I love it. I'm not a sleeper inner, but if I don't get 8 hours, I'm gonna be a little bummed out. I'm gonna be bummed out. Okay. And so David watches a lot of shows with his wife. I watch a lot of shows with my wife. I sneak the Penguin on my phone. I've watched every episode of the Penguin.
I'm watching that with Michelle. So, but Lioness, I'm free. So Lioness, I'm all caught up on Lioness. I've seen all 3 episodes. Michelle takes a nap after Miles goes down. And that's my Lioness time. That's Slow Horses is done for a season, but that's my Slow Horses time. So I do have my shows, but Penguin happens to be one that we watch together. So
and Amanda started watching the first 5 minutes. Like, I don't like it. She didn't like Colin Farrell's face. She couldn't get over the fact that was Colin Farrell, which gets a lot of people. It gets a lot of people.
It does.
Jonathan Peck, good to see you in chat. Miss Lenore Dixon, the Josh Macuga already blocked him. He was annoying. Yes, he is quite annoying. I'm just gonna address the elephant in the room and then we'll move on. I have never said I hated animation. Okay, I've never said I hate it.
You like Pixar movies, don't you? Like Disney.
We just last night, David, we watched Wild Robot.
So good. That's Miles' favorite movie right now. So good.
Sobbed.
So good.
Sobbed like multiple times during the movie, multiple times. Right. And I'm already in a very sensitive emotional state. Okay. That movie hit me in all the feels. That movie is brilliant. Animation's great. It's all fantastic. And animation, Josh doesn't know that I have autism. Autism or not, you're harassing the channel, dude. Get it? I don't watch a lot of animation. I am sorry. Go watch one of the other 1,000 YouTube channels that talks about animation and leave us alone. Okay? David might watch a little animation. I have enjoyed the Spider-Verse movies. They're not like, I'm not end all be all on the Spider-Verse movies. I don't watch anime. I don't watch a ton of animated stuff because it is past. I don't have a lot of time, and I don't enjoy it. It's not for me. If you want to hear people talk animated stuff, go talk to Emma Fife. Go talk to the other people. Hell, if David wants to send a video talking about animated shows that he watches, I'll put him on the channel, but I'm not talking about it. So go somewhere else. Go somewhere else. It's not an excuse. I'm sorry. It's not an excuse. It's not. It's not an excuse. Okay? It's not. You are harassing a channel. Okay? I don't want that energy in here. We talk about the stuff we want to talk about. And I've tried to block you from this channel, and I've tried to delete you from this channel, and you keep getting new names to come and harass us. It's not cool, dude. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not cool at all. All right? And I'm leaving it at that. I don't need this today. David and I do this once every 2 weeks to come and have some laughs. His Bills won in overtime on Sunday. My Steelers had a bye. We go into a huge game against the Commanders of all team. Like, oh, God, now I got to worry about the Commanders. Now they're good again. It only took them 40 years to figure it out again. Anyway, thank you, Scott.
Don't mess with Josh. Don't mess with Josh.
It's not really nice. Mike Joyce, so you're just an animation troll? Mike Joyce, that's what I figured. I'm guessing you're also the troll that harasses Jeff Snyder on FYC. I miss Jeff Snyder. I know he's not everybody's cup of tea. He always had a few haters here and there, but I always enjoyed him. Always enjoyed him. Anyway, that's probably why I don't know how to block this dude. Anyway, so back to what we were talking about earlier, which is
about trying to watch shows.
Man,
45-minute window.
45-minute window, because David, it took me and Amanda like 2.5 days to watch 3 episodes of Lioness. And I'm going to tell you this right now. That show should not put me to sleep. I can't beat sleep. Sleep always wins. That show is so good right now. I've never watched a follow-up to a show that was already awesome that started better than season 2, episode 1 of Lioness. That show is banging.
Well, Josh, I want to follow up on something you said 2 weeks ago. You made a good point about the Taylor Sheridan universe and how sometimes his follow-up seasons aren't as strong as the first season because he leaves and because he's just so busy and he has a writer's room and so the people that come in to take over the shows for, day-to-day show running. This, I noticed as I've watched 3 episodes of the show, every episode has been written by Sheridan. He is very hands-on. This must be his new baby. I'm sure.
I was going to say,
I imagine I'm not, I feel like I'm a little creative, but I know I'm not even close to as creative as Tyler is, but he must have this thing in his head where he's like, this is my new baby. It's my new toy. I want to play in this sandbox. He's probably, I'm assuming, more excited. I'm just guessing this, more excited to play in this sandbox with Lioness than probably a 5th season of Yellowstone with the drama with Kevin Costner and all that. He's like, this is my new baby. This is the new show. And it's fantastic. I'm loving it so far. Love this season.
I have noticed that. I think he also directed the 2nd episode.
He did at least 1 or 2. Yeah, he did direct one of them. Yeah, one of them. I can't remember which one. And he looks jacked. That dude is on something. Like, I see him with his shirt off. The veins are popping. And he's got to be in his 50s.
I mean, he's early to mid 50s, right? MK Songbird, give us an exact birth date and or exact age of Taylor Sheridan. MK Songbird saying up there, Taylor Sheridan popping up in season 2 of Lioness. I know it's awesome. I mean, he looks like an aging Navy SEAL military guy like all.
He's not a bad actor. He's done other movies. He was in Hell or High Water. He played this like kind of random cowboy, but whenever he pops up in Yellowstone all the time.
Sure.
But he's a pretty good actor too. He's not.
I know. He really. Wiki says 54, so we were pretty right. Thanks.
Yeah, mid-50s. Looks fantastic.
Because we were talking Tulsa King last week.
Yes.
And I stopped watching episode 4. I got to get back into it. I want to finish this season.
I'm right where you are, Josh. I'm in episode 4. I'm the same. Yeah.
Wait, Taylor Sheridan was in Sons of Anarchy?
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. That doesn't surprise me.
No, right?
I don't remember, but because there's like 6 or 7 seasons of that show, but I'm sure he was. Yeah.
But so Lioness, I think the reason that he likes it so much, and this just, it might be from my perspective, is because, he's got his Yellowstone shared universe, 1883, 1923, 1846, the Texas one. They throw out a random year during the Wild Wild West, and Taylor Sheridan has a show probably being developed by that. What's cool about this one, David, and I'll take the elephant in the room and I'll put it in the room. We've seen a lot of Zoe Saldana. Okay.
You're showing like the butt, especially a lot. I'm like, we're going here now. Like, okay.
Yeah. And Amanda is convinced, David, that is a butt double. She doesn't think that that's Zoe Saldana's body. And I
thought so too. But there's, gosh, breaking down nude scenes. Feel like I'm back when I was a kid. But it's like when there's that shot when she's getting in the shower with her husband, and I almost thought that because all you see is the back and butt, but the camera pans up. And then you see her whole half. And I'm like, unless they use CGI, which they could, I think that's Zoe. I wouldn't personally ask her that question, but I would assume it's her. Good for her. If she is, good for her. Good for her. Yeah.
And then the new Lioness, we see a lot of her too. Okay.
Yeah.
We see a lot of dude, but we see a lot of
and dudes. Everybody's just taking showers and pooping and everything. All the things.
The things. But
I love that team. I love the camaraderie in that team.
I think that's why he likes it, because this is just like such a bro zone of a show. And Zoe Saldana went from badass in season 1 to I'm like, don't fuck with Zoe Saldana. Excuse my language.
No.
The line honestly, I think about all the time now, just like I think about Xavier Legette's interview and how he says asparagus and allergic. Have you watched this interview?
No.
Xavier Legette plays for the Carolina Panthers. I think he's a linebacker defensive end.
Yeah.
He's got the greatest Bayou accent ever, and he says asparagus and allergic. Dude, you got to watch this. I'm going to send it to you. I've watched it 150 times. It is so funny. Okay, so, but when she says, "I'm the highest ranking officer wherever I go," and I'm like, "What? You are? Let's go!" Like, this is awesome, right? Like that whole scene was so sick.
You buy it with Zoe. She's like, she can't be more than like 100 and how much she weighs, but 120 soaking wet, like at her max. Like I buy the toughness. I bought it in Guardians of the Galaxy. In her character. She plays tough really well. Like I always buy it from her.
Xavier Legette. Sorry, Jonathan Peck. He's a wide receiver, not a linebacker. Thank you. Dave Annabelle is great in that show. I actually was friends with Dave for a while when I lived in LA. His wife, Dave, Annabelle's wife, his wife is the Native American ninja in Banshee. Remember the female ninja?
Okay. Yeah.
I think her name is Odette.
Yes.
I think her name's Odette.
Our good friend Liam, he is acquaintances with the kind of the little bit of the heavier set guy who's the goofball who had to go poop. He had to go take a big dump. Yes. So when I don't want to speak too much for him. This has been a few years, but in between gigs, because Liam sells wine and is in the restaurant business in LA. And this guy's a manager. I believe he's a manager at one of the restaurants near Pasadena or something. Like when he's not working. Now he's been pretty successful. So I have a feeling he's probably not managing a restaurant anymore, but like that guy, like when he's not working, he's working in the restaurant business. He used to, this was years ago.
Awesome.
But he used to.
I love that.
Yeah.
A lot of Dave Annabelle is great in that show. A lot of shows like that have subpar home storyline, but the show does it the best. This season, he doesn't really have a storyline so far. He's a
little like too perfect for me though. That's my only, he's a little like
too nice.
He's perfect. He can cook. He's he mows the lawn. He wears jeans and he has like this shirt. He's cut. He's so handsome. I'm not trying to hate on him. I like him. But he's so perfect. He's like the best husband of all. I'm like, I don't think I'm that good. I don't think I'm that good. I can't compete.
I'm doing what I can, Dave. God damn it.
And it's actually Michelle and I's 4th anniversary today. It's our 4-year anniversary. We were just celebrating November 7th.
Yeah, I was the officiant in your wedding. Happy anniversary.
Yes, you were. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh man,
I'm like, ooh, I gotta live up to Annabelle. He's just bringing it, man. Looking good.
I cook dinner, and
I do cook dinner. I do cook.
I wear jeans. We are going on a cruise in April, and
jeans. I can wear jeans.
Damn it, David! I can wear jeans. We're going on a cruise in April, and my goal is to like shed just like my midsection a little bit. You know, maybe have like an ab, maybe 2 total abs, if you will. But so I was talking to Dave Annabelle when Yellowstone like first blew up, right? And I was like, dude, he killed you off in the first episode. He's like, oh, dude, don't even get me started.
Oh, that's right. He was the son. I keep forgetting that because his hair wasn't all gray like it is. Right. Yeah. Yes.
And he's like, oh, dude, tell me what, like me and Taylor had, when it blew up, he's like, you owe me big time. And right. And so he wrote Dave into the show. And I mean, D's crushing it.
And now he gets to take showers with Zoe Saldana. It's like, good for Dave. Yeah.
Good for Dave. Amanda and I both said, yeah. I mean, they've had like 2 sex scenes in 3 episodes. Let's go, Dave. Bathtub, shower, always in a liquid substance. How could it be bad?
And if he owes them, who's writing those episodes? Taylor Sheridan's writing those episodes. Yeah. No, it's good. He's good. He's good.
Hey, Taylor, Dave Annabelle here. Hey, I mean, I know it doesn't really fit in the plot during like the storming of an Iraqi village, but how about like a quick shower scene with me and so? Just fly me over there, get all dusty, get all sexy, no big deal.
But Josh, I say one of my favorite parts about the expanded universe of the Lioness that we're getting to see in the season is Nicole Kidman's relationship with her husband.
Yeah.
On the show. Like at one point, I'm like, this guy's just cold, calculating, political. There's no passion in the relationship. And then when they do, there's that dinner scene.
Yeah.
And you see them talking and they kind of cuddle up in the car on the way home. And then he talks about how his prostate was removed and all that. And that can affect, certain things of the male body. And it was just like, I felt like I got to know the character more. I'm like, okay, like they don't have this cold relationship. Like there's actually a history there. They love each other. Like there is passion. It's just, it looks different than Zoe Saldana and Annabelle, Dave Annabelle's character. But still, it was, I really like learning about their relationship. It's interesting.
I know we've said it before, and I'm not, this is not, it doesn't take me out of the scenes.
Okay.
Because I think personally, this is Nicole Kidman's best acting in a long time, because every other role before this for like the last 10 or 15 years, she's just a complaining housewife that cries a bunch.
Right? Yeah. She's just unhappy, rich housewife. Yeah.
Unhappy, rich, like Big Little Lies, little fires everywhere. All the lies are around us. Right. Big lie, house built. Right. So, so I love her in this show. Like her character is awesome, but something about her lip work, like it's not the plastic surgery so much. It's just the lips. You know, when a girl gets her lips done, sometimes they're bad and they start looking a little like this. And she has trouble closing her mouth. If you notice,
there's something a little different. Yeah, it's just it's Hollywood. It's just
Jerry Miller. We'll get to the Mass Effect something, but yes, that's all. That's all I want to say. And I want to address Jesus Pena up here. Where is the Lioness from season 1? Everybody has asked me that. Like, hey, where's that?
I know it's like, I wish. I mean, I realize that it's like it's not an anthology, but it is kind of like sort of like a whole new plot. It'd be cool if maybe she just like popped up one time, just to say like, hey, I'm here. Like I'm around or whatever. I don't remember what happened at the end. I know they stormed the base. They killed the guy and they got her out. And then I remember she got in the boat and she punched Zoe in the face because she was so angry. But then
the show ended.
I don't remember what happened after that.
I think the Lioness, like the thing about the Lioness is once the Lioness's mission, it's like Wild Robot. Once the mission is completed, they hit the beacon.
Go home.
And they go home. Right?
They go home. Yeah.
She is taken care of for the rest of her life or whatever,
Right.
And you go from there. MK Songbird, breaking news. Leo also in here, breaking news. Fallout season 2, Macaulay Culkin joins the cast. You think he's going to be one of like the Skeletor people? And another Macaulay Culkin that I loved was a couple weeks ago when he dressed as Joe Burrow for Halloween.
That was great.
Burrow just taken down a notch. Yep.
That was great. Well, we'll see how he plays tonight against the Ravens. Let's see if he can beat Lamar. We'll see.
God, we need the Ravens to lose, David.
That's right. It's your division. I keep forgetting that's yeah.
Right now, the AFC has 3 very good football teams: the Bills, the Ravens, and the Chiefs. And the 4th good team, I think. I don't think we're very good yet. Is the Steelers? I don't think we're very good yet. I think we're good, but I don't think we're at the level of the Bills, the Ravens, or the Chiefs.
I'm excited to watch you guys against the Commanders this weekend, though, because it's on the same time. So I'll have probably Red Zone on or something, so I can check out you guys. So we're both 10 a.m. games out here on the West Coast. So yeah, that'll be good. Check that out.
Jeremy Miller thinks Mike Williams was a good pickup for the Steelers. We did make a couple moves at the trade deadline. Let's see. I mean, Mike Williams he's a little injury prone, but we got 2 deep threats now, and Russ likes throwing a long ball. Then we got to get Justin Fields involved. That's a whole different thing. Talk about that later. David, let's start with some news.
Yeah.
We're only 22 minutes in the show, and all we've talked about so far is Lioness and me yelling about animation.
Well, the good thing is Lioness is on our rundown. We have a rundown. It's not, but we're all over the place here. It's good. So, Josh, we don't need to go deep into it. Actually, no, first, let's skip that. I want to start with what I'm excited about first. Josh, there's a new show coming out. It's been announced for a little while now called The Agency. It's going to be on Paramount Plus. I think technically it's a Showtime show.
Okay.
But whatever. It's Showtime on Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
It looks awesome. It's Michael Fassbender. It's Jeffrey Wright. It's Catherine Watterson. Just a really great crowd. Jodie Turner-Smith. Josh, you were watching Bad Monkey. Jodie Turner-Smith was in Bad Monkey.
Yeah.
And Richard Gere is in this.
I did. When was the last time we saw Richard Gere in anything?
Yeah, I know. Now it just looks really good. I mean, it's like CIA. It's called The Agency. It's all about the CIA and how becoming a spy, how it ruins your life, how it makes you into this person you can't even recognize. And it looks like Fassbender's having like some kind of mental break.
Yes. Like
teetering on sane and insane, which is a theme throughout the trailer. Like it just looks like spy, espionage, all the best things. And Fassbender does. I love Fassbender's just wooden American accent, this dry, straight American accent. He's really good at that. So I'm excited for this one.
I haven't watched a trailer and been like, oh, yep.
Count me in.
Yep.
Oh.
Like it happens a lot. Like I'm very excited about a lot of shows, but I'm like, oh, Fassbender. And then as soon as here, I feel like, and go with me here, is Jeffrey Wright in every show? Like
he's like the male Nicole Kidman. I mean, because Nicole Kidman's in every show now. I feel like Jeffrey Wright's in. Yeah, he's about in everything and movies. He's in the James Bond franchise. He's everywhere. Yeah.
Every time Jeffrey Wright pops up in a show, I'm like, oh right, he's in this show. Yeah. Right. And it could just be for an episode or two. Like I'm surprised that in Lioness he isn't like Morgan Freeman's chief of staff or like his Secretary of State or something like that.
It's basically Jeffrey Wright and the guy who's in Penguin or. Spoiler, Penguin and in Lioness, Michael Kelly. He's like that guy. It's like those guys are in everything. It's like, oh, there's Michael Kelly. Yeah, of course.
My goal is by April to have my jawline looking like Michael Kelly. That's what
great jaw. Fantastic jaw.
Great jaw.
For another guy who's probably in his mid-50s. Yeah, fantastic.
I mean, really and truly, that's what I should be striving to be is Michael Kelly. Like bald, handsome, kind of not steaming, brooding. He's always brooding, big brooder.
I think if I was like my dream, I never really aspired to be an actor. I don't think I have that talent, but if I could be an actor, I think being like somebody like a Tom Cruise or Denzel or Brad Pitt, it's too much pressure. Like I want to be Michael Kelly. Yeah. I want to just show up in Lioness, show up in Penguin, and the people like, that's guy, Jack Ryan. Yeah. That's that guy from that thing. I don't know his name. Let me look up IMDb. Oh yeah, he's always good. And you're in good hands because it's going to be a good performance.
He's the kind of guy.
Yeah.
I mean, we've lived in LA. I mean, I don't live there any longer, but I lived in LA for a long time. He's the guy that you would see at like Earth Cafe and be like, oh, I love that guy in that show we watch.
No security. He doesn't show up in any security. Like he's just there with his wife and his family and just doing his thing. Yeah.
Yeah. MK Songbird giving us a little breakdown. TV premiere everyone is looking forward to most next week. Bad Sisters season 2. Never watched I watched like the first episode of Bad Sisters. Couldn't really get into it. Day of the Jackal. Never really watched that. Cross. Didn't watch that. Say Nothing. Didn't watch that.
So no, Josh. So that's all what he's talking about. Stuff that's coming out. So Cross. That's definitely one that we should check out. That's going to be on Prime Video. Oh. That's the Alex Cross, James Patterson. Along Came a Spider. But it's like he's not Morgan Freeman's age. He's young Cross.
Got it.
So he's still a detective.
Wait, didn't Tyler Perry
coming out next
play him
week
in a movie?
Tyler Perry played him, Morgan Freeman, but now it's Aldous Hodge is playing him.
Got it.
And he's young. And then also Day of the Jackal. It's out in the UK and Europe. You can watch it, but it's coming to Peacock next week.
Who's in that?
Day of the Jackal. That's Eddie Redmayne. Oh. And then it's this actress who was in one of the Bond movies. I can't think of her name. She's good too. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah.
Say Nothing. Do we know what that one's about?
Say Nothing is FX. I don't know. Someone in the comments will have to let me know if that's out, but that's an upcoming FX drama series. I think it's drama.
Little did we know. And then Cobra Kai Part 2.
Josh, I have not seen. The last episode I saw was when what's his name? Zolo got knocked off at the school fight, and we weren't sure if he was going to walk again. I think that was season 2.
Yeah.
Is he walking? Is he okay?
Oh yeah, he's back.
He's walking. Okay, he's good. Okay, good. Zolo's okay. Good. I don't even know the character. I just know his real name Zolo because he was on Parenthood as a little kid.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
He was a little kid in Parenthood. Yeah.
Mike Joyce coming in hot. The Bears should have never gotten rid of Justin Fields. I mean, I think nobody's going to perform under Matt Eberflus that well. The Chicago Bears are kind of a cursed franchise. They don't develop quarterbacks well. They don't. Here's the thing. There's what is hard to, and this is totally off subject. There are two types of owners in the NFL. Okay. Mm-hmm. The owners that need to make money, and their only way to make money is by their team. So they don't spend a lot of money recruiting players. Now you can do the max contracts, do all the things, but you have to have somebody going after him. And then you have the people like Jerry Jones in Dallas, who's going to spend all the money to recruit the players to come play there. Hey, you want to be in Dallas? I'm going to get you a house. I'm the locker room, state of the art. Everybody gets Whataburger every day, all of the frills, everything. And then you go to the Bears and you get one bowl of pasta in the morning and one bowl of pasta at night. And we practice for it's just, that's how it is. And the Bears just haven't been able to put it together, and they won't until they get a new ownership group, really and truly. So MK Songbird coming in. Say Nothing is an adaptation of Say Nothing, a true story of a murder and memory in Northern Ireland. The series follows lives of people growing up in Belfast in the 70s, 80s, and 90s during the Troubles. Oh, this is awesome. She was like, oh, okay, great. Oh, I love this stuff, man. I love that era of Ireland. I know it's like I'm saying I love it, but the history of that is very interesting to me.
Yeah. I know you and I, we both watched that sitcom, Dairy Girls.
Yeah.
Remember Dairy Girls? Yeah.
That's still, maybe one of the top 5 funniest shows in the last 5 years. That show is very, very well done. Very well done.
And what's her name? It's crazy to see. I can't remember her name, but she's just blown up on, wow, I've seen the episode. She's on the British show that Shonda Rhimes does on Netflix, the big one. The period piece show, the one that's massive. I can't think of her. She's the girl. Huh?
Bridgerton.
Yes. Yeah. And she's blown up. She's huge now. She's doing really well.
Oh, that girl. Yeah, she's awesome.
She's doing great.
Quick question. Where is Gilded Age season 3? What is going on?
Well, 2 just came out last year. So probably 2025. Because Gilded Age just ended. I feel like Gilded Age was late 2023.
Yeah, but that's with the strike and everything.
With the strike. So so Gilded Age. Yeah, the first season was 2022.
Okay.
And then season. So season 2 ended in December of last. So it hasn't even been. It's almost a full year. Almost.
Yeah. Rad's saying we're going to get to Shrinking in a bit, but Shrinking is best thing on TV is Shrinking. What a fantastic show! Yeah, Amanda and I live for it. That's appointment television for us right now.
That's up. Well, granted, I haven't seen what the episode came out last night. I think I haven't seen last night's, but we watch it within a day or two that it comes out. It's for great.
Sure. It really is very, very good.
It's the same with Abbott. We're going to talk about Abbott Elementary. It's just
appointment.
It's
television.
Consistently good. Yeah, it's just.
And I wanted 12 more episodes of English Teacher on FX Hulu. I want that.
Yeah. I'm glad it got renewed. I think it got renewed.
I hope so. That show is so well done.
It's so good. I hope that comes back.
All right, let's
we can get through some of this. Josh, Stranger Things released. I know you and I kind of both talked about I know, do we care? Are we excited? 2025. It's coming out. We got the episode titles.
Yeah.
But when I watch the trailer, when that music hits, I feel a little something. Like that intro is so good. Like I know sometimes I talk smack about Stranger Things. Like, do I care? But that music hits, and I'm like, I kind of want to know what happens.
I know
what's gonna happen.
I got to watch it. I'm not gonna not watch it. It's not that I think it's the greatest show ever. I will say that first season was a revelation. Can you hear the horses outside freaking out? Can you hear that?
No, I have my headphones on. I don't hear it.
He just got a new horse, and he is his name is.
I saw the pictures with Rosie on Instagram. Yeah, she's looking good up there.
And he's a bully. He's a little bully. He's in here trying to hump the girl, but he's a gelding. So you know
who you need, Josh. You need Taylor Sheridan to come. He knows how to like tame horse. You need Taylor out here.
You need Taylor Sheridan doing that run stop thing.
Yeah, stop.
Yeah, yep. BHal26 saying Derek best character on TV. Derek is the husband of the girl from Scrubs, right? In Shrinking. Am I right in that? Derek's the husband.
I never really watched Scrubs. I know what you're talking. Yeah,
but the next door neighbor. He's the husband of the next door neighbor.
Yes.
Yeah. He's great. And he's the next door neighbor from Married with Children.
Oh, he's been around for a long time. Yeah. It's a great show. Shrinking is just it's just a good show. Real quick, Josh, real fast. Somebody was asking about the Mass Effect TV show.
Yeah,
Amazon is developing a Mass Effect show, which is really cool. Josh, Mass Effect,
game, right?
It's an EA game, BioWare specifically. Really cool sci-fi, big space opera. Should be fun. They're also working on a God of War series, which is exciting. So a lot of video game adaptations. Hopefully in the vein of The Last of Us, which did a great job adapting that story. So we'll see. I mean, it's just announced, so there's no casting or anything like that.
I texted my good buddy, your friend, Tanner Novlin. I said, you got to get an audition for Mass Effect. Because the picture that you showed me in that article, that looks like Tanner. The lead guy looks like Tanner.
Oh, yeah. Shepard is the character's name. Yeah, Commander Shepard.
Kind of brooding, No,
what's interesting, Josh, is it's a game that you can design your character to any way. There's also like a female version of Shepard. There's a male version. You can kind of like, make the hair purple. You can have a beard, no beard. So I'll be curious to see who they cast as Shepard. That'll be interesting.
Yeah. I mean, it'll probably be some dude that, yada, yada, yada. He's been in everything, whatever. I don't know.
Something you'll appreciate, Josh. We're getting more Jack Ryan. It's not a TV show, but we're getting a movie, but potentially with the same cast. Maybe, Michael Kelly and
Wendell
that
Clark,
whole crew.
Krasinski.
The whole crew. And who's the guy from The Wire? I always forget
Wendell Clark.
Wendell Clark, yeah. So that's really exciting. Josh, would you watch if there's a Star Wars show coming out, another one,
live action?
Also live action called The Skeleton Crew. It's been announced for a while, but in the last 2 weeks they dropped a new trailer. It's got Jude Law. It kind of looks like Goonies. It doesn't look like it's connected to Skywalker or any of that stuff. It looks like it's its own thing. It's these group of kids that take a spacecraft, they go someplace far off, they meet Jude Law, who looks shady, and then adventure ensues. So I don't know. I'd like to check that out. I'm curious to see how that's going to be.
B-House says Space Goonies. Let me ask you this.
Space Goonies. There you go. Good job, B-House. Good.
Should I watch Acolyte?
You didn't watch that at all?
No. Should I? Is it tied to anything I need to watch?
No, it's not tied to Skeleton Crew. Acolyte. Should you watch Acolyte? No, I wouldn't say you'd have to go back and watch it.
Like, is it the Acolyte is worth binging?
Save yourself the time. B-How's like, nope.
These are very polarizing reviews.
Oh yeah, Mike and B-How have two different opinions. I'm kind of in between B-How and Mike. I kind of forgot about it, but I enjoyed it when I watched it. I don't think it's a bad show. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. Simon Kinberg. Which one's Simon Kinberg announced for new Star Wars movies?
He's Simon. That's the thing. Simon's more, and people in the comments, maybe you can comment on this. Simon Kinberg, I've met him, nice dude, and just in interviews I met him. Yeah. But I think of him as more of a producer. Like he's more of he's like a Lucas. He's more of like if you look at his IMDb, he's produced like so much. Like
didn't Simon
he's big time. He's big time.
X-Men First Class?
Yeah. But he's also done like
Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, he's done some. It's like nice guy, and he's very successful. He's had a great career. It's just I don't know.
I'd like to point out Mike Joyce here. This is a great comment, Mike. Thank you for this. Only if you binge it though. I liked it, but the internet really hated it. Wait a second. The internet hated something? Get out of here. There's no way. There's no way that the internet has ever hated anything. The internet is always a very positive place, okay, where everything is always rosy.
Everybody's kind to each other.
That is one of my favorite things of that show, the franchise, is when the stars talk about how
I do like the franchise is fun. I do like that show.
Franchise is so fun. The gurgler and then Tecto. Is it more powerful than a guy that can cause earthquakes with his hands?
And like he had like the goat hair coming out of his bags. Like, is it goat hair? Whatever. Sheep hair. Sheep hair. Yeah, it's sheep.
Is that wool? Is that wool?
That's a good show. That's a good show.
Oh man.
But Simon Kinberg also helped create Star Wars Rebels.
Okay.
But again, he didn't. That's more Filoni's baby. I mean, he didn't. Yeah. But then he also wrote the screenplay for Fantastic Four, the one with Michael B. Jordan. It's like, ugh.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Yeah, I don't know. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But those are the movies. That's a new trilogy. Those are the movies. So we'll see.
Maybe I'll check out Acolyte. Maybe one of these days. Checking out
Acolyte. The only thing I had
lightsabers in it. Is there lightsabers?
There are lightsabers. There are actually some pretty cool lightsaber fights. There are some good lightsaber fights for sure. That's probably the thing I remember most about the show are the lightsaber fights.
Okay.
And Josh, last thing, I can't remember. Did you watch season 1 of Squid Game?
Yeah, I did.
Well, we are getting season 2 around Christmas time.
I would have expected
dropped. Like I told you, I just watched it recently. I was way behind. I've seen it like in the last 2 months, like 2 years behind.
Okay.
But I'm kind of excited about it because I liked the first season and I just saw it a couple months ago. So the fact that we get more episodes pretty soon, I'm kind of excited.
David, I think that you and I are on the same page when I say nothing says the holiday season like Squid Game. Okay. You wake up on maybe December 23rd, really excited about the days ahead, Christmas Eve, a lot of love, a lot of family. You think to yourself, what could really get me in the mood? A Korean show about murdering people for money.
There's a lot of murder. There's so much death in that show.
Nothing quite says it. So this season, get yourself a Netflix subscription and watch Squid Game, a show the whole family can enjoy, David. Mom, dad, grandpa. If you like murder in a game show style, you'll love Squid Game. Back to you in the studio, David.
It's pretty dark. But speaking of dark, Josh, if I could just pivot real quickly, just while it's fresh in my head. I do want to talk a little bit about Penguin, which I know, like I said, I'm 2 episodes behind. So I'm at I won't spoil anything if anybody's.
Wait, hold on. Is this our Penguin talk? Is this when we're getting into Penguin?
This is the Penguin talk. Yeah. I feel like we're talking about violence. It just kind of feels like I need to talk about Penguin.
Let's talk about Penguin. I know, and a couple of people have said something about Agatha all along. I have not watched Agatha all along. David has. I think I should watch it, right?
So, Josh, before you watch Acolyte, watch Agatha all along. Okay. I even told you the first episode is kind of a bit of a parody on Mayor of Easttown a little bit. Like just go into Agatha all along. I think it's a lot of fun.
Okay, got it.
The finale just aired like last week or this week, can't remember, but it was good. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Good show. Okay, so Penguin. I just had a little bit of an epiphany today. I'm sure I'm not the first person to say this. This is nothing original or new. Sure. But as I'm watching episode 5, it's the one after the big Kristen Milotti episode, after her Arkham episode. It's the one after that. Yeah. And Penguin is trying to survive. He's on the run. He's trying to find a hideout place.
That's what I like to call that the Birdman episode.
Yeah,
he's like running around the whole time. Yeah,
yeah, or the mushroom episode. Yeah, trying to sell the mushrooms.
Yeah.
And my thing with that episode is I'm watching it and I'm loving Colin Farrell.
Yeah,
I love Kristen Milotti. I think the cast is excellent. The performances are just top notch all around, production, everything. But the show, and I shouldn't compare it to this. It's not fair. It's Batman.
Yeah,
I compare it too much to Sopranos, and not just to Sopranos, but I'm also comparing it to everything that Martin Scorsese has ever done. But I mean that in terms of his gangster films and things he's done.
Sure.
In the show, for me, there's no. Which people are probably going to get on me and be like, David, it's Batman. What do you expect? There's no humor.
None.
Like there's no levity. Like you can watch Sopranos and laugh like your butt off, cry, and feel disgusted and revolted at the same time. You can watch Wolf of Wall Street and crack up and also be revolted. Like there's some dark stuff in there. But Penguin, for me, sometimes it's just all dark.
Yeah.
I think the best moment of that show, and I'm not talking about the performances are all great, is I like when the mom shows up because it kind of offers something.
Like when the mom shows up?
I mean, she's dark too. She's messed up, but it's like a little something different. I don't know, like the burning people alive, and I don't know. I think I'm getting old. I don't know what it is. I'm watching this show and I'm like, is this too? Of course, we're talking about Lioness. Lioness is just shooting people left and right. But in Lioness, I laugh. Like, I don't know.
I with lighthearted parts in Lioness. You have to have some levity, David. I didn't know about it.
Balance.
I didn't think about it until you said it, and now I get it. That's what has been missing in this show for me. Is like somewhat of a humanitarian moment, like humanity, some show of humanity in this show, right? It's so dark all the time. I know it's a comic book, and I know it's so
Batman. It's Batman, yeah.
It's Batman. It's supposed to be one note. You rarely laugh in Batman unless you're laughing at like something stupid, like the nipples on George Clooney's costume or whatever, like something dumb happened, but it wasn't intentionally funny, right? Like none of the Christopher Nolan Batman films had any kind of funny.
That's true. I know. And I love those. Like Dark Knight's one of my favorite movies. I love that movie.
Sure. I agree with you. But in this show, because I will say this, when the mom shows up, I kind of tune out. I've seen that story so many times. I understand like he loves his mom. If you watch the beginning of when you watch the beginning of the most recent episodes, and Leo says it, I prefer this tone for the Penguin.
Sure,
hey, Leo, sure. You're entitled to your opinion on that one. Because a lot of people, including our friend Christian Harloff and a lot of people out there are loving the Penguin because guess what? A lot of people love the Batman movies.
Yeah.
And the Batman movies are just like this. The Sopranos is real life. This isn't real life.
And that's I think I'm forgetting that. And not that the show's I'm not trying to critique the show and like this show needs to change to like make me happy. I think it's just that I think there's just aspects of the show I'm just not enjoying. Even though like if Kristen Milotti gets nominated for an Emmy, she deserves it. Colin Farrell nominated for an Emmy. Deserved. Like they're fantastic. I think it's just the tone. I'm just like I'm sitting there watching it. I'm like I kind of like we're going to talk about the Pradeeps of Pittsburgh, and I'm not saying that show is like a banger, but at the same time, like sometimes like I kind of just want to watch like I want to laugh a little too, like just like the dark gritty for 50 minutes. I'm just kind of I feel it kind of pulls at me a little bit. I don't know. I think again I'm getting old.
I forget. Old. No, and I agree. And I'm not. By the way, the chat is kind of. I
haven't looked at the chat yet, so I don't mean to critique the Penguin too harshly. Like,
and Jerry Miller's saying exactly what he said. I think it depends on what they're going for. I find parts of the Dark Knight trilogy hilarious. With the Batman, I barely laughed at all, but I enjoyed it. Yeah, like
true. Good point.
And Christine Milioti and Colin Farrell, like said in the chat, they are acting their asses off. And by the way, this is us kind of just giving our opinion on like a feeling we have of the show. It is not saying anything about that we don't like it because I really like this show. It is completely dark the whole time. I know what I'm signing up for. It's like it is a sprint. Every episode is a sprint. It really is. Every episode is like a sprint to the finish. It's dark. He's always playing some sort of. Somebody mentioned in the comments like Josh said there's too many storylines. It's not that there's too many storylines. It's that he's playing too many people. And when you play, I mean, he's really spreading himself thin, and like everybody hates him, right? And so what I have found, I mean. If what they were going for is that the Penguin, Oswald, is an absolute sociopath, you got it.
He's crazy. He is.
You got it.
He's a true, it's a good thing because his character, he's a true villain. Like there's, 100%. I mean, sure, you can look at his mom and be like, man, this kid didn't stand a chance as a kid. He lost his brothers, that whole story. But at the same time, it's like, no, he's just a bad dude. Like he is evil. Like there's that scene. Well, hopefully people are caught up. I'm 2 episodes behind, so don't worry about too many. I'm 2 episodes behind where he like, burns those people alive and just like kind of grins a little like he's evil. Like he's a bad dude. Like there's not like any gray with him.
Wait till you see the beginning of episode. Dude. Is it 7, 8? I don't know where I am. Mike Joyce, are we on the 8th episode? Is Mike Joyce saying about after the latest episode, he absolutely is a sociopath. Yeah.
But I mean, Colin Farrell's killing it. He's killing it.
Crushing it.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get nominated for an Emmy, there's something wrong. I mean, Christine Milioti might. Anybody in the show deserves it. It's her. Or it's him. It's Colin Farrell. And then her. And the best part about this show is that everybody's bad.
Yeah.
Like Vic is the only person that's like sort of trying to be good, right? He's trying his best, but
he means well. Yeah.
He means well. He means
got
well.
bad influences. He needs a different influence in his life.
Xeno Hour, Sophia is kind of the hero of the show. I totally disagree. I don't think Sophia is the hero of the show at all. Actually, I think she's more of a villain than he is. At least she was turned into a villain.
Yeah, I would say I feel she's a character I feel bad for the most. I think because we get the full origin story. Like you see, like, yeah, she's the daughter of a mob boss, but she wasn't like, she was kind of like a Michael Corleone. She was like Michael Corleone. She wasn't in the life. And then they pulled her in.
Yeah.
And now she's really good at it. And she's
no, I take that back. She's not okay. Maybe is kind of, I think Xeno Hour says it best, kinda the hero of the show. Here's where I have a problem. And it's in this most recent episode, because you've already gotten to the point where she gasses the whole family.
Yeah, I saw that. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So,
but didn't get the little girl. She saved the little girl, so she's not.
She sees the little girl in this most recent episode.
Oh no!
I think after she should have been like, "Hey, you can either go live in a home, or you come with me, and you start this family, and I bring you up into this.
Mm-hmm.
This is your life now. Are you into it? Whatever, and see if she can't like create the next." But I don't know. I don't know. I think that if they did a season 2, I would watch it, but I'm not begging for a season 2.
Yeah, I know some people in the comments mentioned it. Matt Reeves he did tease more spinoffs, not just for Penguin, but for other characters in his Batman world. There's going to be more spinoffs coming.
Does Riddler die at the end of the Batman?
No, he's in Arkham.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in Arkham hanging out with Joker, possibly.
Yeah. So Leo, though, the Penguin didn't start it all. Falcone started it all. The Penguin was trying to
They're all bad. All bad. Falcone's a bad guy. Yeah, they're all bad. Falcone's almost like really sick, though, because he was like just killing women and hanging them. I mean, not that makes it better, but they're all bad. It's all bad people, Josh. Yeah. Just bad.
It's all bad. It's all bad people.
It's all bad.
So this week,
but that was my little rant about Penguin. I just kind of felt that last night as I was watching. And then I watched Pradeep's in Pittsburgh, and then I'm like, oh, hilarious. Nice little family trying to make it in the snowy, the frozen tundra of Pittsburgh. It's very nice.
It really does make Pittsburgh look a lot colder than it is.
But there is sun, and depends on the season. There is sun. Yeah.
I mean, most of the winter it's cloudy and cold. It really is. It's not ideal.
Josh, that's it. Have you seen any of the Dune movies yet?
Okay, so I saw the first one. I still need to watch the second one.
Okay, well, Dune Prophecy is, I believe, a prequel. So we should at least check out the first episode. So yeah, next week there's a lot of MK, thank you. There's a lot of good shows. We got Day of the Jackal comes out, Cross, Cross, and then Dune Prophecy. I think that's all next week. So next week is pretty packed. So there's some good shows to talk about in the next couple of weeks.
I'm in. No, Leo, he didn't snitch on her. It was made to look like he snitched on her, but he didn't snitch on her. Right?
No, because remember he didn't know that she was going to go to Arkham.
Yeah,
but he told the boss that, hey, like, he did snitch on her a little bit.
Yeah, he did, but he didn't know it was going to go like that.
No, he didn't know that she was going to get locked away and become a crazy person.
You're right, Leo. You're right. It was an unintentional snitch. It was mostly him looking out for the family, and really, it was looking out for her.
Yeah.
I think, but he didn't know that Mark Strong was in sociopath. He was going to lock his daughter up in Arkham, right? Anyway, yes, thanks, Bihow. Series is set 10,000 years before the events of Dune. Holy moly,
10,000! Wow. Yeah, I'm excited for that. I hope it's good.
I can't even imagine. Like when they talk about 1883 before Paramount, I was like, now who's who? Who's what again?
What technology existed? Did they have electricity then? Was there electricity?
They didn't have electricity. Like when they turn on the lights in Gilded Age, I'm like, how do they see at night?
In Dune Prophecy,
Think about this, okay?
Yeah.
Because this has started to like mess with my brain a little bit. Until they had like actual lights. You realize how dark New York City was? No wonder it was such a terrifying place. There was no light.
Yeah. Like really dark. Yeah, it's scary. Yeah, terrifying. Yeah, the old days were sketch, man. I wouldn't want to be back in those days.
No effing way.
Scary out, especially like the Wild West. Can you imagine living out there in the Wild West back then? Ooh, no, thank you.
Everything I hear. when somebody's like, if you could go back in time, when would you go back to? I'm like 1984.
Yeah, no, I don't want to go.
I'm good.
Like if there was a way for me to like observe without actually having to be present, like I could just like observe, like they couldn't see me. Fine, I'd like to look. I don't want to live there.
No,
thank you.
Yeah, I get as soon as I get out of my time machine, like a velociraptor eats me. I'm like, son of a. Why do I have to come back into the dinosaurs?
I just read this book real quick. I know this is, watch the TV. There's a good book out now, folks. If you want to read a book called The Wager, it's written by the same guy who wrote Killers of the Flower Moon.
Okay.
And Leo and Scorsese have already optioned it. Like I don't know when they're going to film it, but that's going to be their next collaboration. Okay. And it's about life on the sea. It's about traveling across the ocean from England to Brazil. It sounds like the worst. Just the worst possible environment imaginable. It's like that Armageddon quote, worst possible environment imaginable. Just teeth falling out, people dying, people sick. It's just awful. It just sounds like the worst place to be on a ship for thousands of miles during that time. No, thank you.
I'm on a cruise ship where everything is taken care of. And for like 4 days, I'm like, get me off this.
Yeah. Yeah. Even cruise lines. I'm like, do I want to go on a cruise? I don't know. Yeah. Like stuck on a boat. I don't know. Yeah.
Troy's making a solid point. Oz might not have known, but he definitely didn't care when Sophia confronted him about it. He admitted it was worth it. I was thinking that was more of like a power move to piss her off, kind of in that line, Troy. But it's a solid point. And he did it on purpose to suck up to Falcone and move up the organization. It earned him running the job. Yeah, all of those points are very, very good. I know for a fact that he didn't do it hoping that Sophia would go to Arkham for 10 years and like come out a psycho. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
And the guy that plays the creepy doctor from Arkham, who was in Sons of Anarchy, Theo something Italian, Theo Rossi is the actor's name.
Yeah, Sons of Anarchy. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I saw him one time randomly when I used to live in Pasadena.
Yeah.
When I would do a little exercise, I go down. There's the Rose Bowl, and there's like a little loop. There's a track that's 3 miles, and I saw Theo running there one day.
Yeah.
But awesome. I know that's all I got. That's it. I saw him. He was running. He was going this way. I was going that way. I said, oh, and then he was gone.
Zeno Hour and Jonathan Peck were like, talk about Fallout Season 2. We already talked about the Macaulay Culkin thing earlier in the show. If you guys
I'm excited for more Fallout, though.
I don't know if they told us what character is. I never played the games, but I will say I still liked him as Joe Burrow in Halloween. All right, we got 7 minutes. Let's talk about some more TV we're watching. Let's run it down. All right.
Shrinking? Oh, the Diplomat, Josh, you watching the Diplomat? That was a big show. I know you liked the first season.
I did like the first season. It's like one of those season 2 of spy shows, like Slow Horses was for me a little bit, where I'm a little lost now. There's so many characters. A little bit. I need to. It's one of those shows where you can't be on your phone and watch TV at the same time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Kerry Russell is great. I don't know, man.
I like Rufus Sewell. He's in that too, isn't he?
Yeah,
I like him. He's a good actor.
Sometimes I feel like these shows where like the government is responsible for bombing their own people. I'm like, I don't know if I believe that one, but then I don't know. A
little too far.
It's okay. I'll give it okay.
Okay. Okay. I never saw the first season, but I know you liked it. So, well, if it's like Slow Horses, maybe I should check it out.
I think it's Slow Horse. It's because it does take place in England, David.
Ooh.
Takes place in England.
Ooh, I like that. That's always a way to get me on a show right there.
Yeah.
Josh, Shrinking. We talked about Shrinking already. I mean, it's a great show. Consistent. Well written, funny. Agatha All Along. Josh, again, check that out before you watch The Acolyte. Okay. Only Murders in the Building. Josh, I know you're out of that show, but season 4 just ended. It was already renewed for season 5.
Stop renewing the show.
I know, like I'm still in. It's weird. Like I'm complaining about the Penguin and how dark it is, but I'm still watching Only Murders. I like this season. I thought it was an improvement over the last few.
Got it.
And then Josh, really quick, The Golden Bachelorette. Yes, that's a show that Michelle and I watched. We watched the Bachelor franchise. We still do. The Golden Bachelorette is the first time in this series that I've really felt good about the show. Because Josh, the great thing about the show is all the guys that live at the house, they all came together. They loved each other. There was no backstabbing, no trash talking. They cried when a man was sent home. The other men would get around and love them, and they still talk. Like it makes me just not like the other show because all the young guys just argue and bicker and backstab, and there's none of that in this show. So anyway, it's just
it's feel good TV.
It's a very feel good TV.
Yeah. MK Songbird. I started this territory show. It's like Australian Yellowstone. Anna Torv and Michael Dorman. It's actually pretty good.
Oh, Anna Torv. What was the Netflix, the serial killer show? Was that
Mindhunters?
Mindhunter. She's so good. And Fringe. There's a sci-fi show called Fringe. I don't feel like I don't see her that much.
She's good. She was just recently MK Songbird. What was she just in?
She's good. Yeah. What else she been in?
She's good. Yeah. B. Hal with a really fantastic comment, almost a comment of the day. Comment.
Oh, she was in Last of Us.
That's the one. Yeah, she was the wife.
She didn't make it. Sadly,
yeah.
But, yeah.
BHAL 26 comment of the show. How many murders did they get involved with before the police tell them to stop podcasting?
Well, actually, they're so reliable now that the police actually they follow their podcasts and try to work with them. Yeah,
got it. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna continue on with territory. I'm kind of into it.
Okay. Is it in Australia?
It's Australian. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Australian
Yellowstone. It's Australian Yellowstone. Yeah.
Okay.
The Pradeeps of Pittsburgh, whoever recommended that to us last week, thank you. I'm 3 episodes in. Mm-hmm. It's hilarious. I love the storytelling, the way they're telling the story. I really do. I didn't think I was going to like it at first. It's good to see Pete Holmes in something, and I haven't seen him in forever. The family's hilarious. The actors they get to play the kids. The girl that plays like the lead Indian girl is shoot.
I'm checking now because I want to get everybody's name. Her name is
fantastic, and she was
Shahana, who plays Banu.
Yes, who plays Banu?
Yeah, Shahana.
Bihal, where's that show streaming? It's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah. And then I love the dad from Lost.
Yeah,
his name's Naveen William. He's really good. I like him.
He's good.
Yeah.
And the only thing that always gets me about Pittsburgh shows is that if you're going to play somebody from Pittsburgh and you're going to be in like a middle class neighborhood, which it appears that they're in a middle class-ish neighborhood, right? One of them, like even the garbage man, nobody has a Pittsburgh accent. Like every now and then they'll say Yins, but when the mom comes in and is like, "Hey Yins," she's not a Yinzer. She's not a Yinzer. Okay. Yinzer has to have the accent and they have to be a little trashy because in order to say Yins, you got to be trashy. You got to have David, you got to come in there. Like it ain't just someone like, "Hey, welcome to book club, Yins." No, it's not like Texas where everybody says y'all. Okay. Yins is a certain portion of the population and it is the thick accented, gritty city. They only drink beer on Sunday and you watch the Steelers. And that's it. Steelers lose, you shut off the TV the rest of the day. I don't care what happens, okay? Your mom and I go to Subway and get sandwiches for everybody and we go to sleep. But it's funny. It's a funny, heartwarming show. I actually really like it.
It's a family show, but they drop some F-bombs in there. Like it's not, I thought it was going to be just super clean. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. No, it's got a little edge to it.
I finished what did we just finish? Shoot. Son of a bee sting. I forget. Man. But I will say I've been on my rewatch of Detroiters, David, and that's going to be my Detroiters is finally on Netflix. I think I might have made this my pick of the week 2 weeks ago. I'm going to do it again. If you have not watched Detroiters, it in my mind might be the top 3 funniest shows. Not even top 5. Top 3 funniest shows I've ever watched. I put it up there with Seinfeld. I put it up there with 30 Rock. I put it up there with Parks and Recreation, The Office. It is awesome. What's up, Devin Locke? Good to see you. I love that show. I just love it. I just watch random episodes every now and then. It's just really, 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 really funny. Yeah.
Okay.
David, your
I am going to go with the show. Can I talk? No, I guess I can't say anything. Well, I'm just gonna say there's a show coming out called Cross on Prime Video.
Yeah.
And it looks very interesting. Looks like it could be a good show.
Have you watched
it? I don't know if I can say that. No, I don't think so. Yeah, I'm looking online. Nobody's talked about it. Yeah. So it's coming out next week on November 14th. You should check it out. New show
coming
out.
Can't say anything else.
Yeah,
thanks everybody for being in chat. Thanks for having my back with the troll at the beginning. And thank you all for always You know what? I will say this. You guys always it's always a very entertaining chat. A lot of very knowledgeable TV people in here, and that makes me very, very happy. For David Griffin, Josh Macuga, choose positivity. It's an active choice. Call somebody, text them, tell them you love them. It matters. It's way easier to love than hate. Find the good. Put down the book. Pick up the remote. This is where David and I talk, and I just hit end stream to see what's going on. David, there's not a pro golf tournament this weekend.